Now these, I haven't watched all of these like every year, and some they've been very hit and miss. The Day of the Devs videos, but again, it's just indie stuff, and like the indie stuff is like more often than not interesting. I've said that a few times this week already, but it is. I'm sorry. This is oh god, I forget the developer's name. The guys that did all the point and click games. It's basically done by them, isn't it? Someone help me out. My brain is failing. The guys that did all this, they did Psychonauts and Psychonauts 2. Psychonauts 2? Clicky Point. It'll come up at some point. But yeah, I think they curate this. So let's get into it. Why is it so much louder? Double Fine, thank you, Molly. That's the one. What was that? Was that a deer being sick? Hang on, this is very, very loud. Watch it be like really quiet now. There's a giraffe being sick. Great, even better. Lo-fi experience. Where's the explosions? This is a very good example of a game that I have zero interest in, but there's a market, isn't there, for like cozy wind down games where nothing really happens. God, the sound is like fucking freaking out here. Hopefully that's just the stream. Their stream, not my stream.
I have to do the whole thing from the top.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Day of the Devs portion of the show.
Tim
Day of the Devs is a
Schafer.
nonprofit organization whose team of volunteer curators scours the globe for the best in video games for you to enjoy, with a focus on indie developers who are lovely, and you will meet them today as well as enjoy their games. And there's nothing else to worry about, so just sit back and relax and enjoy Day of the Devs, Summer Games Fest edition.
And the sound's really crunchy. That's not just me, is it?
We love Cappy Games at Day of the Devs. They've been making incredible games for 20 years up in Toronto. You might know them for games like Below or Super Brother Sword and Sorcery, or maybe you know their incredible puzzle games like Grindstone and Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. Well, if you're in the latter, we're very excited to announce their next great puzzle game.
Never got to play Below in the end.
Hi, I'm Eileen from Cappy Games.
And I'm Dan, Cappy's creative director.
We're so thrilled today to be able to give you a first look at what we've been up to at the studio since releasing Grindstone. Introducing Battle Vision Network.
Okay.
EVN fuses cozy, color-matching puzzle gameplay with deep turn-based tactics to test players in fast-paced.
There's a card on their head. I like the style.
It's a 1v1 puzzle battle in the galaxy's most watched sport.
It's just started, Reese, yeah?
Battlevision Network is a spiritual successor to one of Cappy's most beloved classic games, Might and
Oh,
Magic
that
Clash
game
of
was
Heroes.
fucking sick.
EVN reimagines Clash of Heroes' puzzle combat design to center an element that we at Cappy felt was one of its most interesting facets: multiplayer.
Over several rounds, take turns launching attacks by creating color-matched formations with your units. Vertical matches create attackers. Horizontal matches create defenders.
The rapid-fire matches last a couple of minutes. BVN isn't just about dominating matches. BVN teams spend a season vying for the title of champion, and the player community ultimately decides which team takes the crown.
Choose between multiple teams, bursting with personality and characters. each with its own playstyle and home arena.
And the sound is
When matched with
fucking
the
me off.
Ragtags team, that win shapes the stats, outcome, and narrative events of the season for everyone.
Gameplay is simple enough to jump into, but as you rise in the ranks, you'll unlock new units, each with game-changing abilities, and discover endless new tactics and strategies. Charismatic captains front each team. Captains run the playfield with big personalities and outsized power in the form of tide-turning special abilities.
When building the wild world of BVN, we weren't just influenced by our own game.
We just change this down a bit.
We were also inspired by the
See if that sorts
theatricality
it
and
out.
spectacle of Eurovision. Cappy's art team has outdone themselves with a fantastic roster of hand-drawn and hand-animated characters,
better.
fashion
Nope, it's
forward
not.
collectible outfits.
Battlevision Network is a live, season-based game with new twists, new characters, fresh rankings, and narrative surprises emerging every season.
Also excited to feature a phenomenal soundtrack by our frequent collaborators, the incredible Jim Guthrie and Sam Webster.
Right. Oh, thank you for checking, Dream. I'll just keep it on
You'll be
2K.
able to play BVN on mobile, PC, and console, and we'll be announcing more details soon.
We're so thankful to Day of the Devs.
I swear
chance to
it might have
introduce
happened with Day of the
Battlevision
Devs last year or something,
Network to
but
our awesome partners Netflix.
this always
Wishlist
happens
the
with
game
one
to
of
join
the
the
streams.
Battlevision Network.
Because it didn't happen at all during the
Our
previous
next title
thing
comes
we
to us
watched.
from the Game Bakers, a small studio in Montpellier, France, who claim to make games the same way they cook food, with a lot of love. Their next dish comes to us piping hot and fresh from the oven. It'll take us to dizzying heights, which quite frankly give me the heebie-jeebies. So hold on tight, making its gameplay debut today. This is Cairn.
Is Ken the thing you hammer into the mountain? The like spike, or is it is like a crevice in a mountain or something? Is that what it is?
Hi.
Oh, it's one of the markers, right? I knew I heard it before.
Fury or Haven. Fury was a hack and slash and even an RPG, but both were games about freedom. Live free to love who you want. Today I'm presenting our next game, Cairn,
Didn't realize the mouse is on the
the
screen.
final part of our Freedom trilogy. In Cairn, you play an alpinist who's climbing a deadly mountain. You put your life at risk to reach a summit that nobody reached before. You are obsessed by this ascent, and you are climbing to free yourself from your own chains. Cairn is what we call a survival climber. You have to climb, but also survive in the mountain. The climbing is very realistic. You can climb absolutely everywhere, as long as you manage to keep your balance and stamina. If you are careless, you fall.
Yeah.
Falling, trying again the same route or a completely different.
Not sure if tired was the
Trying
same
over
thing
and
I feel,
over.
but it makes me feel something.
To make it, you have to push yourself, to go beyond your limits. Each wall to climb feels like an opponent, almost like a boss fight.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're
Even
climbing
though
soon,
you
aren't
can
you,
climb
Reese?
free solo, alpinism has a natural checkpoint device, pitons. But you have a limited amount, and using them at the right time is key. Eventually, reaching the top of the wall is extremely satisfying. It's freeing.
Is this just like basically a higher budget version of all of
Thanks for
those
watching.
climb up
wishlist the
but
game to
rage
stay tuned.
games when you fall? I suppose you at least get a checkpoint in this.
team in Canada has been developing this next game in absolute secrecy over the last 3 years. And as a fellow Canadian, I call dibs on introducing it. You may also recognize one of the developers' voices from their wildly popular YouTube channel. From Nanopark Studios and I Am 8-Bit Presents, prepare yourself for... wait for it.
Okay. What kind of game is it? I'm not gonna get suckered in by the
My name's Brandon.
And I'm Danny, and we are here to show you our game.
by the cute animation again. Oh, it's Pokemans.
Runner is a retro-flavored slice-of-life RPG where you play as a motorcycle courier that delivers pets to people in a city called Sapphire Valley.
In Sapphire Valley, the company Hannah Pets has developed new devices called Leap Cells to power their newest generation of digital pets by using an unexpected fuel source: flowers.
Okay.
Leap cells are delivered and installed by specialized couriers known as pedal runners. As a pedal runner, this installation involves planting the cell and calibrating it by performing a sequence of quick and varied minigames. Once that calibration is complete, the new Hannah pet begins to farm. You play as Callie, who's a new recruit in the Pedal Runner program. So being new in town and with a bit of a shy personality, Callie does encounter a few challenges along the way. Just from the difficulty of dealing with customers or talking to people in general, to their rivalry with a fellow recruit. Fortunately, Callie is joined by their pet companion, Kira.
Kira is unique in that he's an older type of Hannah Pets, which is a simpler and now obsolete handheld model. So with that outdated tech, Kira has some quirks, like his battery isn't always reliable. But he's way more outgoing than Callie, and so he's great to have around when meeting new people. He's practically indispensable. The Pedal Runner program will take Callie and Kira through the 4 unique districts of Sapphire Valley.
What name?
Along the way, mysterious occurrences will begin to surface, and we will encounter individuals who think that there may be more to uncover about the new Hannah Pets sensation.
I do appreciate the kind of Game Boy art style as well. It's always nice to look at.
So, it's got motorcycles, robots, there's flowers, there's pets. We tried to really give the story
Yeah.
some heart to it, and we just hope you have fun playing.
And thanks for checking out Pedal Runner.
Not bad. Oh, Kira Slide.
Developed in Shanghai by Polar
I forget what the
Studio,
actual
next
name
game
of that
is a
slide was
dystopian
called.
thriller that's as every bit Orwellian as it is Lynchian. It's a tale of temporal technologies, unimaginable body horrors,
What do you think they
and
were saying?
psychedelic nightmares. This is Karma: The Dark World.
Hi，各位好，我是 Karma The Dark World 的创意总监王永鹤。我们团队月朗工作室来自于中国上海，团队的目标是带给全球玩家有趣且有深度的叙事驱动类游戏。很荣幸借此机会向各位玩家展示由我们才华横溢的月朗团队所制作的第一款游戏《Karma The Dark World》。
More horror I can't play, but wouldn't mind watching someone play.
这是一款第一人称叙事驱动类的心理恐怖游戏，玩家将扮演利维坦思想局的 ROM 干员丹尼尔，他的主要任务目的是潜入嫌疑人的大脑，并调查事件的真相。玩家将在2个不同的世界中进行冒险，去体验完全不同的情绪和故事。一个是在反乌托邦的现实世界，你将了解到扭曲、压抑、毫无人性的社会观。另一个是用记忆所构建的脑中世界，你将看见诡异恐怖的画面，但却包含了令人痛心的真相。在这个游戏中，作为探员，
Alien
你需要
Isolation 2 I'd probably
效
play,
忠
yeah.
这座城市的掌控者利维坦公司。但直到有一天，你发现正在调查的案件发生了翻天覆地的变化。
There has to be
你
like
冰冷的心
I have to have something attached to it for me to really want to play it. I suppose you could. I think Alan Wake 2 is considered a horror game now. I'm up for playing that.
这就是 Karma The Dark World， 一个你从没有体验过、带有浓厚电影风格的反乌托邦游戏。 如果你想要了解更多关于这个故事的最后的真相，
Yeah,
请访问我们的
I
网
just
站
don't.
卡尔马达
I don't. I know a lot of people find
我们会第
enjoyment
一
in
时
getting
间告知你
scared,
试
but I
玩的
don't
demo 相关事
at
件。
all.
最后，请大家享受预告片。
My prosthetic! This isn't real. This can't be real. I will echo.
How do you follow up making 2 of the best indie games of all time? Make 50 more. That's what's happening with UFO 50. This is from the team at Mossmouth, who made Spelunky and Spelunky 2.
Ah.
It's as if you took the modern design sensibilities of today and went back in time and made an entire console worth of retro games. And it's coming so soon.
Hi, I'm Derek. I'm John, and we're part of the team of indie developers working on UFO 50, a collection of 50 games.
You heard that correctly. That's 50 brand new games.
That sounds rough, Dream. Oh shit! It's a modern day Action 52. No, I mean nothing could be that shit. This looks interesting.
First and foremost, these are not...
Sounds like PC Engine.
Some of the games are smaller, like arcade-style games. Others are quite large, with expansive
Oh, that's
worlds to
cool.
explore. But every single game is a complete experience, from its opening title screen to its ending credits.
There's a story that connects all these games too. We invented a fictional company called UFO Soft that developed these games for a fictional 80s game console. This company's history spans from 1982 to 1990, and the games get more technically advanced as the years go on. And as you explore the timeline, you'll find that some games have sequels or recurring characters.
We also thought about the limitations of the hardware. We devised a strict 32-color palette as well as audio restrictions.
This is kind of
to make
interesting.
you feel like you're in the world of UFO 50, no matter which game you're playing.
But one area where we didn't limit ourselves is in the game's designs. We were happy to build on modern game design and genres, and we strived to make sure that each game felt like a unique experience. Our goal isn't just to remind you of a bygone era, it's also to provide 50 fresh experiences. We like to think that UFO Soft was a company that was ahead of its time.
I never played the Evo Lands,
All the
but I heard they
games
were
are
okay.
unlocked from the start, so you can explore the collection in your own way. Every game's not going to be everyone's favorite.
Oh, that's
but
good,
figuring
Dream,
out
yeah.
which games you like is part of the fun. With so much variety, you're sure to find something to get lost in, whether you prefer fast-paced action games
Oh, you got emotional.
or
Okay.
easy strategy games.
Wouldn't expect that from that game. Looking in it.
And we all have fond memories of going to a friend's house and browsing their game library for something to play together. So half of UFO 50's games have multiplayer, either co-op or
Christ, this must have taken quite a lot of work.
Needless to say, UFO 50 has been in development for a long
Yeah.
time. But today, we're very excited to finally announce a release date.
That's right, UFO 50 is coming to Steam on September 18th.
It's definitely got like the 8/16-bit charm down.
Find our Steam page and wishlist the game so that you can be notified when it comes out.
I might have to play
The
that at some point
developer of
then.
this next game should be a pretty familiar face, so it should be no surprise what they've cooked up. But nevertheless, it's still
Does
a
his
world
hat say you
premiere.
wouldn't steal a
So
DVD?
Take it away, Sprite Fox.
You wouldn't download a car. That's my favourite one, Molly. He wouldn't go to the toilet in the policeman's hat and give it to his grieving widow. Or however it went. I love the square bears. This giant bear. This is an Izzy game. Is that another reference, Reese? Cozy Grove. Oh, it's a mobile game. No in-game ads, no extra fees. Okay. I knew there had to be a catch. Mind you, that's not necessarily a catch for most people, but...
Hi everyone, I'm Dave Ettery, the co-founder and studio manager of Spryfox.
And I'm Jamie Antonise, lead narrative designer of Cozy Grove Camp Spirit.
We hope you enjoyed the worldwide premiere of Cozy Grove Camp Spirit. We're really grateful to be a part of Day of the Devs alongside so many creative and inspiring developers. We started Spryfox 14 years ago with the goal of making the world a happier place. This is the first game we're launching since we became part of Netflix. That's allowed us to focus all of our energies on making this game as delightful and meaningful as possible, and to bring it to all Netflix users without any
don't know how do people feel about the whole Netflix games thing? Like, is it a good thing? I haven't really looked into it.
Place on a haunted island where you'll assist an unusual assortment of troubled but insanely cute ghostly bears.
Oh, okay,
Each
Reese.
bear has a unique personality and backstory that unfolds through your interactions with them. It's a spooky,
nice,
heartwarming life sim game where your small daily acts of kindness advance the story.
We want Cozy Grove Camp Spirit to be a game that you can come back to at your own pace for months, if not years to come. We want it to be a game that brings you joy and relaxation.
I keep forgetting it's a
whenever you
thing.
need it most. And hopefully it'll be a game with a story that sticks with you forever because the characters really make you care.
Cozy Grove Camp Spirit is launching soon, so pre-register now on your mobile app store to be the first Spirit Scout on the island. We'll see you there.
I think they've got some quite good games on
Are you
there.
a dog lover? Then you'll be super into our next title. Hell, I'm more into cats, but this game is just so cute.
I mean, if you don't like dogs, then you're
Enjoy
basically an evil person.
Kalima and publisher Don't Nod, featuring a puppy and their person.
Hey, hello everyone. My name is Ben. I'm the founder and creative
They say
director
Don't
at
Nod.
Studio Tolima. We're a small indie studio based in Brussels, Belgium, and we are working on our first title, Koira.
Oh, the dog's gonna die, isn't it? It's gonna make me sad.
Koira is a narrative game where you wake up in a snowy forest and encounter a small puppy who got trapped. You set him free, and together you go on a beautiful adventure and set out to reach Koira's house. This relationship is really at the heart of our game. In Koira, you go through a musical forest, filled with sounds to discover and interact with. For example, each character and animal in the forest is voiced by a different instrument.
They picked the Frenchest
You can use
instrument
their
they
voice
could.
to interact with the world, to activate ancient statues, to speak to whimsical animals, and to earn the trust of the puppy. To progress through the story, you can also manipulate items and use your new companion's unique abilities. With these, you can solve puzzles, but you can also just play together. For example, by playing fetch, building snowmen, or my personal favorite, playing hide and seek. As they journey through the winter wonderland, they encounter obstacles, they share laughs, and they save other woodland creatures. But if winter is magical, it's also dangerous. And they are not alone in this forest. Mysterious hunters are lurking around and following them. Our goal with Koira is to create a universal tale which focuses on the emotional journey. We want to create a game that is as immersive and intuitive as possible. It's a game without any text nor dialogue. The whole story is brought to life through expressive hand-drawn art, frame-by-frame animation,
I like
and a
that
beautiful
idea.
original soundtrack. Let yourself be carried away by the magical and serene atmosphere of the forest. Contemplate and play at your own pace. We can't wait to share more with you. So if you'd like to be one of the first one to hear about what we're up to...
That's the
our
only
upcoming
problem,
demo,
isn't it?
please head over to our Steam page to wishlist.
Like whenever I see a game like this, like,
Thanks
I can't
again, and we look
play it
forward
because it's
to
just gonna
sharing
make me
more with you.
fucking upset by the end of it.
I love a good puzzle game, especially one with a really elegant design that evolves as you play.
Or like an unnamed
Better yet, if it's
game
got a beautiful art style
right
or
at the
a
beginning of the
captivating narrative to
game.
pull you through. Well, this game has all of that. This is Arranger from indie supergroup Furniture and Mattress.
Hola, soy Nico Recabarren de Mendoza, Argentina. Hace un tiempo hice un juego de puzzles multipremiado llamado Ethereal, junto con Tommy Batista. Desde entonces hemos estado trabajando muy duro en una aventura mucho más ambiciosa, junto con nuevos amigos. David Hellman, cuyo arte expresivo seguramente recuerdes por
Braid.
y Nick Sander, que con su humor y creatividad probablemente te ha hecho soltar más de una risa con Carto. Con nuestra visión creativa compartida queremos traerles algo que se sienta fresco y ligero. Ojalá les guste este nuevo vistazo a Arranger, a Role Puzzling Adventure.
Oh, I'm so shit at these games.
In Arranger, you play as Gemma, a slightly chaotic young woman who's looking to venture out beyond the overly cozy confines of her hometown. Always been a bit of a misfit, which isn't helped by the strange way that she moves through the world. As she moves, objects on the same row or column move with her, and if she gets to the edge of the gameplay grid, she loops around to the other side.
I'm so shit at these kind of games.
We use this core set of mechanics in a wide variety of interesting ways throughout the adventure, never hesitating on any one idea for too long.
It's a cool idea.
Feeling breezy, playful, and respectful of your time. The entire game world exists on a sprawling, interconnected grid, on which you'll find towns full of lovable weirdos to chat with and advance the story. Wilderness spaces to navigate full of optional puzzles and exciting mysteries. And dungeons teeming with monsters to puzzle your way past. Or through. Told through expressive comic-style cutscenes, we follow Gemma on her journey of self-discovery.
Yeah, I think that's the
Heading
thing.
up beyond the walls of her
I
town,
kind of like
she soon
playing these on
discovers a
stream.
beautiful,
I'm trying to get
inspiring
over
world,
the idea that
but also
like
one ruled by fear. And
I
a
just need to
strange
stop
and
worrying
movable
about
force
looking
called
dumb
static.
and just play them, because it is fun to watch people struggle through these kinds of games
Can she disrupt a culture
and
of
eventually
stagnation
overcome them.
and find a place to fit into it? Find out in a new type of role puzzling game when Arranger launches on July 25th.
Thanks, buddy.
There's never been a
prick.
bigger red herring than the developer name Cozy Game Pals, because their idea of cozy is a little twisted. Here's your world premiere first look at the very first release from Blumhouse Games.
Oh, this is the horror game they were talking about.
Amy?
The PS1 one.
Are you okay?
Oh, thank you,
see
Reese.
anyone? Nah, it's totally empty.
Oh dear.
I hope the
Smash
board
my
looks
thing
as
up there.
creepy as I imagine.
I love it's got like kind of a texture warping thing going on as well.
Entwined and hearts aligned, we seek the realm of the undefined. What was that? Don't worry, Viv. If any ghosts actually show up, I'll protect you.
Amy! Oh, I've got to get out of here. Where did you go?
No.
Hello? Amy! Just go home, Viv. I'll save you, no matter what. Don't worry, Viv. Everything is going to be spectacular. I'm happy here. So
It's a cool logo.
A few months ago, this next game appeared on the interwebs out of nowhere.
Interwebs.
It mystified us. It seems like a novelty at first, but then you realize just how profound its mechanics and rendering engine are. From Crescent Moon Games and Those Dang Games, this is Screenbound, a game.
Hey guys, it's Josh Precison, and I'm the game director of Screenbound. Today we'll be talking with Kyle McKeever, who's the game developer. We'll be talking about the game's mechanics, how it started, and how it's going.
Hi, my name is Kyle
Don't think I've heard of
and
this.
I'm the developer of Screenbound. And Josh,
I have-
you and I have been
Oh,
working
no, I have
together
seen
on
this.
Screenbound for a couple months now. Do you want to talk about the idea of how Screenbound came to be?
So I was watching a video of someone playing a Game Boy, and I don't know why it came to mind exactly, but just seeing the image of someone holding a device in their hand with an environment in the background and something happening on the screen made me think, how could you link this all together into a game where you're playing on the screen and you've got a 3D environment and they're both linked? It started with a little prototype of just a character holding the device, having
Actual
an endless
alpha
running motion
gameplay.
and jumping at the same time as seeing it in 2D and 3D.
And then the other part of it was the controls from the prototype. They weren't set in place.
I think we were having this problem where you're exploring this world, but only facing forward, and you can move side to side, but you're only looking
Which game's
in
that,
front of
Dream?
you. So at first we're like, okay, maybe we can just do a 180 so you can at least go backwards, because we were constantly moving forward in 3D space. So we tried that. That felt a little weird. And then at that point I was like, you know what? Since most of the games out there that people are familiar with are first-person shooter games, why don't we try FPS controls? And then you implemented an FPS controller and kept the 2D essentially the same, and for some reason it just miraculously worked. So the device itself that you use in Screenbound is a quantum device. How that works in the context of the game is that the 2D world that's presented on the screen is actually projecting an environment as a 3D world, which is also how it works in the level editor, because the level editor is 2D, and once you finish your level or you're finished working on it, it actually builds the entire 3D geometry out and
That's
creates
clever.
a 3D world.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard of that.
Both dimensions are equally.
It's quite an
important. You
unusual
have
thing
be
to get
paying
released,
attention
isn't
to
it?
both to get anywhere in the game, because first of all, the enemies.
A lot of
are
those
in
mobile
2D.
games just get
So if
forgotten
you're walking
about.
along in 3D and you're not looking at the screen, you're going to die probably within 5 to 10 seconds because you're going to be hit by an enemy. You're going to see some distortion effect on the screen, and that's where like the two dimensions meet, and you're going to get pushed back and you're going to lose some health from
Oh,
the
an
battery
SP.
bar. But immediately you're going to realize that you can't play one or the other dimension. You have to be paying attention to both.
When I'm testing and developing, if I lose track of the 2D side, I'm always running into enemies. And that's how you die. The biggest risk in 3D is literally falling. It's pretty clear cut though, because everything translates fairly one-to-one. If there's like pixelated grass in the 2D world, there's going to be grass in the 3D world. Same with trees.
Yeah, all that stuff crosses over, except some of the puzzle elements are.
Yeah,
some
it
of them
does
you only
look
see
like
in
it might
3D,
hurt my
or
brain
you
a little
only see
bit.
in 3D, like the fan.
This one.
Yeah, you kind of solve puzzle elements more so on the 3D side, but then you survive threats by focusing on the 2D side.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll talk soon.
Our next game takes what you might consider a dream job and adds a heap of dread. You play as a zookeeper tending to animals, except something is terribly
Oh, is this
wrong.
where the
Developed by an
giraffe's
international
gonna
team
puke?
at Clapperheads, this is Zoocosis. And I promise you've never seen giraffes like this before.
You think they're cute? I don't. You've
Of course
all
the
been to zoo,
French are
and each of
feeding
you
hippos
has your
French
favorite
bread.
animals. But do you know what happened here at night behind closed doors? I'm Valentin Shukin, the lead game designer of the Zoocosis game, and I invite you to become a night zookeeper.
Zoo horror.
Oh, you finally awake? Good. Get up. It's time to get to work. Hurry up. You have nothing to worry about.
A lot of horror games.
What was that? There's something in the works that you're not ready to know about yet.
The plot of Zoocosis was written in the best traditions of the thriller and horror genres. We aim to create a dark atmosphere resembling the works of Hans Giger, Lovecraft, and Edgar Allan Poe. We achieve this through lighting placement, color correction, textures, and environmental props.
This is our mobile veterinary station. Here you'll be mixing medications for our animals.
Are they sick?
Well, they can be. We need to closely monitor the health of the animals. We have some quite rare specimens.
The mutation, the parasite, and the infection that's happening to these animals, it's kind of like reprogramming their biology.
Okay. No thanks. Spider giraffe.
The giraffe head acting like a large anaconda, slithering with its jaw unhinged, try to
Absolutely not,
bite
Molly.
you.
Yeah, it's Australia Simulator. This is what the zoos are like over there.
The concept of the giraffe set the basis of each animal having their
There you go,
own
there's a
unique
kangaroo as
design
well,
and their
so
mutation.
definitely is Australia.
There also will be many endings in the game. Each of the endings depends on the choices made by the player during the game. Planning out all the endings was quite challenging. We dedicated a substantial amount of time structuring the paths and dialogues into a unified framework to ensure seamless functionality.
Every zookeeper is entitled to a service car. This one's mine. If you perform well tonight, you'll get one in the morning. Is that your wife? Should I tell her you're staying here for the night? Keep in mind, I'll lock you in until morning.
Your main goal will be to save the edibles, including infected ones that have turned into mutants. Save them and save yourself.
I want to see a demon penguin.
Really hope that you will enjoy the Zoocosis releasing this summer. Wishlist it on Steam and follow us on social media. Thank you so much for the support.
Also, they're clearly not
See ya.
French, by the way.
Why are you so jumpy?
And that's the game. Except not quite. Because see, in While Waiting by Optilusion Games, waiting is always an option, but not the whole story. And that's what I like about our next title. It's more than meets the eye.
Transformers.
See what mischief you can get up to while waiting.
Hi everyone, I'm Dom, the founder of Optilusion Games. We're a game studio based in Irvine. Today I'm thrilled to reintroduce our latest game, While Waiting.
Oh, this is England Simulator. We're experts
While
at
Waiting
queuing.
is a game about waiting for things to happen, waiting for the bus, waiting for the traffic, waiting for the line to move.
Okay.
Follow our main character Adam as he waits his way through the various scenarios of everyday life. Maybe you want to be a well-behaved kid and embody good old-fashioned patience. Or perhaps you want to get up to a little tomfoolery. Or maybe a lot of it.
Kind of gives me like WarioWare vibes almost.
For people who really want to do something, you can find your own way to kill the time. We also have prepared
Dog.
a list of meaningless challenges to help you with it. If they're too hard, or maybe not your cup of tea, that's okay. We also have a very helpful fidget button, specially designed for you. Just press it. Explore over 100 hunting levels, each chock full of mini-games,
What are they doing to that
bundle
cat?
interactions, Easter eggs, and things you should
there's a
definitely
kappa.
not try in your daily life. Don't worry about Adam.
Bloody
though.
mobile
He's
games.
a tough little guy. Get to know his family, his friends, and his victims as you follow Adam's life from birth to death with every
Ducks.
mundane thing in between.
No!
But do remember, your goal is to wait, nothing else.
Oh, not a desert bus minigame. Is that just Ichiban there?
Add to waitlist on Steam. I mean, wishlist.
During the selection process, this
Looks
next
kind of,
game
yeah,
really
it does
caught
look
my
charming,
eye.
yeah.
It's got cyberpunk vibes, horror vibes, ghost vibes, all the vibes. With this game, Toronto-based developer Rocket Adrift really captured something unique.
I mean, I'm always up for cyberpunk, but again, not necessarily horror. Sup, Mo?
Psychroma is a cyberpunk horror game. One of the concepts that we wanted to
Have you been
really
watching any of the
emphasize
stuff, Mo?
was identity, what it means to be who you are, and how horrific it might be if that was stripped from you. The protagonist has amnesia. You don't know who you are.
The idea of losing yourself.
Soon,
it
probably about
seems
15
like
minutes or so.
It should be the one thing that can't be taken away from you.
We wanted to set the game into a kind of cyberpunk future. We were really interested in the paranormal concepts and the more grounded future technology. Cyberpunk has a lot of themes that fit well with the story that we wanted to tell. The idea of what makes humans human, having your environment really impact who you are and what you're dealing with, this kind of dystopian future.
Don't lick the walls.
That's kind of horrific in itself. In our main character, Hayes, we also decided to make them non-binary and biracial. Part of that is what creates a rift in their ability to connect with other people. And so Psychroma was a great way for me to explore that part of myself. Not being black enough for the black community and obviously not white passing. And I've never really been able to explore that or really talk about that openly until now, I think.
Don't lick the walls, Dream.
We like to write from our own perspectives, and I feel like that's really helpful
Don't do
for
it.
a certain kind of player that's looking for that in their narrative-driven games. It really is amazing to see people interact with the video you made and get it. For anyone else out there that's looking to make impactful indie games,
I don't think
it's
you
gonna be
missed
hard,
anything you would have really
the
liked, Mo.
feeling that you get when
If that
you
makes
get
you feel
that
any better.
game into someone's hands, there's nothing else
Few
like
interesting
it. And
bits, but
for me, it's way worth it.
Don't lick foreign
It's time to get
doorknobs.
cozy.
Huh?
And this game is about as cozy as it gets, because it's about houses.
Yeah, I did think of you when the
Not
Power
quite the way
Rangers
you'd
game came up.
expect. By Tanant Games, this is Building Relationships.
สวัสดีครับ ชื่อธนัท บุษยางกูลครับ จากกรุงเทพมหานคร and I'm here to show you probably the most stupid game you'll see all day today. It's a silly adventure game where you play as a house on a date.
Okay.
And it's called Building Relationships. Take a look.
The building's gonna fuck. What the? This is just a shitpost game. Is it Katamari, but you're a building?
In this game, you'll find yourself as a new arrival on the island. You'll be exploring the area, moving around just like a real house. Here's a bunch of wacky structures you can meet, like Mint, who's a friendly apartment, here to help introduce you to the others. Or Millie, who's this tall windmill that might just step on you if you ask them nicely.
What the fuck?
You'll also find these chesters hiding around the island. They're not looking for
Windmill.
They're in a very complicated polycule, but they'll help you unlock new abilities like jumping.
That's the noise I make when I
wave
jump.
dashing. If you're looking for a break, there's a bunch of fishing spots around the island. Though
Every
the
game has.
local
You have to fish for
wildlife might
cars.
not be what you expected.
Got a sea bass.
Oh, it looks like there's
sea
a
bass.
few questions on stream. Let me take a look. Is this a dating sim? Not exactly. There's some dating elements, but the story all takes place in one day. So think of it more like a short hike, but stupid.
It did kind of look like a short hike, didn't it?
Are you
Like
okay?
graphically.
No. Is my mother proud of me? No. Can you have sex in the game? No.
Fuck's sake.
But there is some plans for DLC because just like in real life, you have to pay extra for that. An unexpected adventure awaits in building relationships. Wishes now on Steam.
It's so dumb. I love
What
it.
am I doing in my life?
Last summer, Day of the Devs featured a little-known game that celebrates the everyday and turns it into something.
Fuck it. I knew Reese would have
It
a
became an
field day with
absolute
that.
hit, and we're oh so happy to world premiere their latest DLC.
What game is it? What? Sorry, which game?
Hello, I'm Annie. And this is Lucas. Here we are, working hard, finding stars for A Little to the Left. It's a game where you solve puzzles by organizing
Oh,
household
this
items.
game.
We think it's neat that there are different ways to arrange things. In our game, you find stars with each arrangement that you discover. And we really leaned into this idea for our new DLC, A Little to the Left, Seeing Stars.
Oh, really, Molly?
Seeing Stars is all about multiple solutions. There are 33 new levels and 5 additional bonus levels to unlock. Some levels have up to 5 different ways to solve them. In total, there are 100 stars to discover. We've introduced interactive items that fold, flap, stick, stack, smash, and bounce. We've got the classic organizational puzzles, of course, and solutions that range from easy to tricky. There's a lot to be excited about, but the best thing of all might just be more cats.
Cats.
A Little to the Left, Seeing Stars, available June 25th.
Oh, is it on? Oh, it's on Xbox. Okay.
Have you ever wanted to play a game forever?
No.
In Hello Again, developed by the folks at Soup Island.
That's why I don't
you'll
play
delve into
live
ancient
service
ruins,
games.
And thanks to a strange time loop affecting the island you're on, you'll have plenty of time to explore every inch.
Hello again. My name is Dwight Davis, and I'm the sole developer behind Hello Again, which is a game about being trapped in the world's coziest time loop. In Hello Again, you play as a diligent postal worker who was assigned the task of delivering a package to a remote island. One shipwreck later,
Here's your
you
Death
awaken
Stranding
stranded on the island
footage.
and trapped inside an unexplained 12-hour time loop. The 3 core pillars of Hello Again are exploration, conversation, and puzzle solving.
Need more biscuit.
This is a dense game with lots of strange locations and phenomena, so a lot of your experience will consist of walking around and filling your journal with observations.
I should say cookie, really, but
As you explore, you'll discover that everything runs on a clock, from the weather, to the tides, to the ancient circuits that power the ruins littered across the island. As you play, you'll also unearth a forgotten story about the people who populated this island thousands of years ago. Since the islanders have no idea that they're bound to a time loop, you can use your ever-expanding knowledge to help and/or manipulate them so you can reach your goals. So, in short, what happens when you
You're
mix
very,
the
very
gameplay
correct,
and
Stream.
mechanics of Outer Wilds with the vibes of Animal Crossing and the small town feel of Groundhog Day?
Subgenre
The answer
of
is
Biscuit, yeah.
Hello Again, coming in 2025.
So our next title, Tom the Post Girl, is a narrative adventure game by Zurich-based studio Oopsie Daisies. And aptly named, as Tom, our main character, has plenty of oopsie daisies of her own in this game.
I'm a boy.
It has a twisted sense of humor and offers choices that'll leave you wondering, should I have done that? Yeah, it's probably fine. If you're looking to connect with your inner voyeur, this is the game for you.
Hello, we're
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Daisies, a small studio from Switzerland, and we are here to present you our debut title, Tom the Post Girl.
This is Death Stranding 3. That's exactly how I wear my jacket in real life.
Accompany Tom on her duties delivering packages to the deranged villagers. And discover a great deal, perhaps too much, about the locals. Her approach, although controversial, is highly effective, intense and obsessive stalking.
Okay, sure.
As you'll follow her, you'll witness a wide variety of scenes, each more disturbing and chaotic than the last one.
Okay.
But is that really gonna stop you from continuing to do so? Quite the opposite.
Is everything okay in Switzerland?
We were inspired by the Little Red Riding Hood, which you can recognize in the main protagonist, Tom. We then used her curiosity and exaggerated it to the max, turning her into a stalking post girl.
We had a lot of fun creating this very strange, unique, hand-drawn environment for you
That
to
horse
explore.
does not look happy.
And hope that you'll also enjoy stalking around in it.
We're calling to all fans of creepy cute narrative games.
If you're curious to follow the development of Tom, make sure to stalk us on social media.
And of course, wishlist the game on Steam.
I have reached
Bye.
release 1.0, thank
This
you.
next game is based in Jakarta, and it's full of lots of life stuff. Happiness, sorrow, music. It's called After Love EP, and it's awesome.
Hello, my name is Sasha, and I'm the lead narrative designer of the upcoming narrative game, After Love EP.
Oh, Coffee Talk. That's a fairly popular one, isn't it? Animus.
This game is about a musician in Jakarta who hears the voice of his girlfriend after her death.
Oh, more depression.
Come on, Nama, get up! It will explore the theme of love, dealing with loss and grief, and finding your true self in the bustling city of Jakarta. This game was the golden child of my best friend, the late Fahmi Hasni, who sadly passed away in March
Oh
2022.
no, like everything's making me
And
sad.
I know how much he loved this project, and he would want the world to listen to this story. So we are more than honored to pick up the torch and continue his legacy. Fahmi loved Jakarta very much. I'm always the introvert side of our friendship duo, and he was always the one who took me to all the wonderful places in Jakarta I used to never know about. And most of those places made it into the game, like the places where he loved ramen, or where he would get his coffee, or like where he would meet his friends, or music. And I've enjoyed exploring those places in the game, like we used to do.
That's kind of a nice tribute to
We've
their
had the
friend.
pleasure of working with a wonderful shoegaze band from Jakarta, Lalfalfa. They are very brilliant. Sorry, I can't really help fangirling about them. Like, they are so good. And Lalfalfa will be making the soundtrack for After Love EP, including the music Rama plays in the rhythm game.
I've not heard of what comes after, actually. Oh, nice music.
We are also really happy to be working with our main artist, Soyato. Soyato has breathed life into our characters with his very distinctive art style and also his love for the underground music scene. We don't have the release date yet, but we expect it to be released around October this year. So please bear with us a little longer, and thank you so much for your support.
Yeah, that seems pretty nice.
We all need a good mystery to unravel, and the team at European developer Caligram Studios aims to please with their upcoming game Phoenix Springs. In this neo-noir adventure, you'll search for your lost brother while navigating a captivating world with one of the most striking color palettes I've ever seen.
Hi, I'm Jigme Oiser, co-founder of Caligram Studio, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to our mystery adventure game Phoenix Springs.
Lovely
When
cardigan.
I finally find him, my brother makes me promise not to go to the Oasis. So, of course, it's where I end up.
You play as Iris Dormer, a reporter whose search for a brother leads her to this beautiful yet eerie desert oasis named Phoenix Springs.
It is a beautiful place to explore.
This makes me uncomfortable.
The air is clean. Secrets are kept. But should I stop looking for answers?
We call it a modern point-and-click game. It feels like one of the classic of the 90s that we know and love.
You
The
love
key
a point
difference
and
is that you
click.
don't hold objects in your inventory. What you have instead are thoughts and concepts and ideas, like a detective pinboard, and you have to connect them with the world around you or mention them in conversations in order to progress. The game has been in development for 7 years now. We're a small team of 3, and one of the biggest challenges was trying to crack the art style, which is a combination of 3D and traditional 2D
It's a
hands-on
very,
animation and
very odd
illustration.
style, isn't it?
Over the last year, we've been incredibly lucky to be able to take the game on the road. Places like South by Southwest Sydney, the London Games Festival, or IndieX in Lisbon, where he won the award for Best Art Direction. But really what we saw, the value of these events like Day of the Devs, it's not just being able to get the games in front of players, but really connect with other developers, especially in small teams who might be facing the same challenges you do.
Do you guys have like a favourite point and click game?
I will never stop looking for answers.
The game is set to release on September the 16th, 2024 on Steam, so you know what to do. And in the
I really
meantime,
like
on
Broken
behalf of
Sword.
The whole team, thanks again to the other devs, and we really can't wait to welcome you all into this little world that we created for you.
Full Throttle's cool as well. Yeah, it's an interesting art style. I don't think I like it. I don't think it's for me. I don't like it myself,
Road
but it's
96,
interesting.
Lost in Harmony, 1111, Memories Retold. Developer Digix Art out of France
I really,
has had a pretty
yeah,
prolific
Dream.
run, and we're so very proud to world
Broken
premiere
Sword,
their
I'd really
very next
recommend.
game. Spoiler alert, it has a lot of water.
They're remaking the first one later this year. Might be worth waiting for that, maybe.
Hi everyone, we are Alicia Ayub from Digix.
Oh, Mist. Mist is so hard.
For the past 3 years.
Well, it was when I was little.
We are really excited to present to you our new game, Tides of Tomorrow.
So get ready to be surprised and enjoy the show.
Haven't played Road 96 yet. That's in my pile to play.
Welcome to Pleasureland, my friend. Best place to... Wait, you look familiar. Welcome to Pleasureland, my friend. I'll introduce you to the joys of this amazing place. You're okay. You're not going to die, right?
Yes, the bastard! You'll learn what it costs to steal from Oben.
I hope it's the right one.
They have the same clothes.
Wait, that's not the thief. But it was your friend who did it, right?
Not sure I'd count unpacking, Molly.
Talk to me. Get on your knees first. Bastard. You won't get away with it. Your friend escaped with my Ozen.
It's kind of an interesting mechanic.
You'll pay for it.
Steam counts it. Okay. I didn't think there was any point in clicking in it. Tides of Tomorrow. Okay. Oh, I've seen people playing that. I've not played it myself though.
Celebrate the creativity, diversity, and magic of video games.
Looks
We
mental,
strive
that
to
game.
give a voice to emerging and underrepresented talent and to connect players with developers and their games.
For more than 10 years, we've featured hundreds and hundreds of games at in-person events, and our digital showcase have been watched by tens of millions of fans globally.
Better yet, it's all been completely free. Free admission for attendees, free to watch our streams, and free for developers to participate.
It's common for developers to pay many thousands of dollars to be involved in other showcases and events.
But Day of the Devs has never charged developers to participate, and we never will.
This is only possible due to sponsorships and charitable contributions
not
from
recently.
people like you.
We want to continue doing Day of the Devs forever, but we're not going to lie, these events and shows cost a lot, and fundraising is hard.
We're so enormously grateful to everyone who has supported us all these years, but for Day of the Devs to continue, we're going to need ongoing support.
So please, if you love discovering new games and supporting emerging developers,
If you would like for us to keep on shining the spotlight on creators,
And especially if you are in a leadership position at a studio, publisher, or platform,
And have budgets that you can tap into,
then please consider donating to Day of the Devs.
Without your donations, without your sponsorship,
Isn't
Without your help,
Double
none of this
Fine
can
owned
continue.
by
and
Microsoft,
remember,
though?
we're official 501c3 nonprofit organization.
so all contributions are tax deductible.
To find out more and make a donation, head on over to dayofthedevs.com.
or email sponsorships@dayofthedevs.org.
thank
Come
you
on,
so much for your
Microsoft,
continued
fucking
support.
chuck some money in, you pricks.
Stay tuned for Devolver Direct, coming up right after Day of the Devs. Thank you to our generous individual contributors.
taxes
and
either.
Corporate sponsors. We could not do this without you. And here's a list of all the amazing companies that have supported us in 2024 so far. You could be on this list too, if you email us today. Founding sponsors, Double Fine Productions and I Am 8-Bit. And our 2024 sponsors, Annapurna Interactive, Bone Loaf, Devolver Digital, Egg, Glove,
Fucking PlayStation. Oh no, Idea
Xbox,
Xbox. There you go. All right, they're in there. It's gonna say, Christ.
Nighthawk Interactive, Panic, PlayStation, Pop Agenda, Sabotage Studio, Studio MDHR, Summer Game Fest,
Egg.
UFO 50, Exola,
And an angry muffin.
Blumhouse Games. Thank you so much for your continued support. Special thanks to our guy Dose One for providing beats, interludes, musical poetry. Yet again for Day of the Devs. We could not make this show as bombastic and cool and vibey.
It's fucking
without your
Egg.
stuff, man. You're a genius. Check out his stuff. Dose One. If you love this program and you want to support us, sign up for our email blast at dayofthedevs.org. We do lots of events and showcases throughout the year, and that's the first place to find out.
Is there
about
one
us.
more thing
Stay
coming up?
tuned after this program for a pretty awesome musical performance. You don't want to miss it.
Looks like that's it today. Well, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Jeff Keighley, for having us. Thank you for the developers for making these amazing games. Thank you to the curation committee.
I do
for
like
finding
Tim
them.
Schafer.
Thank you to all the sponsors who help make Day That Is possible. And most of all, thank you to you for sticking around to check out these games. Have a great day, and thanks for watching Day of the Dead Summer Games Fest Edition. Bye.
Okay. Is this the... I've got music from Cocoon. Another game that I would like to play but haven't played yet. Another game I could play and look dumb on stream playing. Yeah, it looks great. We first, I mean, Christ, we first saw it ages ago now at this point. I think it came out late last year, didn't it? Needs a bigger TV. Spooky. I guess while he's doing this, what do you think, guys? Anything jump out at you there? I got to say, there was a lot of cozy / horror games which weren't really my jam, but the house one has kind of lodged itself into my brain. Yeah, Ken looks pretty good. You want to fuck the windmill? I'm sure I'll love Fury when I get around to it. Oh, it's very moody music, isn't it? Might have to go back through this and just kind of remind myself of what was shown. Cocoon's kind of one of those ones I'd like to hope would get a physical release at some point, just so we can add it to the collection. Oh yeah, the waiting game looked kind of charming. Yeah. Maybe like it looks like it'd be a good like one game stream. Oh yeah, is it Koira, the one with the dog? Yeah, apparently I make a good post girl. Like no, I've never heard of Tom being used as a girl's name. In all seriousness. Yeah, that Koira game looked pretty fun. Although, like I said earlier, if the dog dies, then I don't want to play it. Reese with the shade there. How can you forget tomboys exist? Yeah, but they're not called Tom. Oh gosh, it's getting quite late, isn't it? Is that an actual name? I just thought that was just a joke name that I thought people used to call me. No, okay, didn't know his name. No offense to anyone with that name, but that sounds like a fucking dreadful name. You literally just put Ina at the end to make it more girly. Well, yeah, but Christina's kind of... I don't know, I feel like that was a long-established name. Until you just said it there, I always assumed Thomasina was just a joke name. What's this dude doing? Is he just vibing? There's a knob joke in here somewhere. Dude really likes Star Raiders. Are they just doing like? Is this like a spoiler of all the environments in the game? At least the music's not glitching out anymore. Devolver's technically already started, Reese. It's just because I paused in between this and Summer Game Fest. probably be about half an hour, as if it's like the previous ones. No, man, I'm gonna have to make some thumbnails tonight after this. Fuck it, why not? Okay, Reese. All right. All right. We'll open a pack in a minute. I suppose we can do that before we do Devolver. No, I want to do it on the proper screen. Oh, by the way, they sent out the new box today. I think the one that I was meant to get on Monday. So we should have some more to open soon. That'll be my first brand new set. Just in time, actually, because there's only 7 packs left in this box, I think. Oh, nice, Reese. What are you doing? Are you doing an online one, or? You've been on RPG Crack the past day. Are you writing a 70-page backstory for your character? I'm quite digging this. I'm digging this music for... I feel like it goes with the game style quite well. This guy's loving it. Contrary to the look on his face. I'm kind of fearful for this guy's back though. Can't be good for his back if he's making music like this. Just hunched over. Yeah, nice track there. Not necessarily something I'd listen to in my off time, but as far as a game soundtrack goes, that's pretty good. Yeah, I would have thought if Double Fine needed a bit of money for this, they'd go to Microsoft for some. Can look down the back of the sofa and pull out £100 million to keep them going for a while. Jesus, Reese. I wondered if you got a bit of a Delicious in Dungeon inspiration there with the fungus and armour, but... Still don't have my copy of Baldur's Gate 3. Martin got his. I didn't get mine. I just fucking love this angry muffin here.